What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. Really excited to bring you guys this video today, as we're going to be going ahead and showcasing Super Tandem Level 5 Hybrid Kaido. I recently got him to level 5. I had him at level 4 since the anniversary Sugo Fest, and I've been waiting to get this guy to level 5. Unfortunately, just cannot pull a dupe, so I bit the bullet with the recent Kizuna clash, the Super Boss Kizuna, and I fed the Super Tandem tablet to Kaido to get him to level 5. So we have him here now, and I have to say that this is probably, at this current point in time, my favorite character in the game. I know that Katakuri is my boy. I love my boy Mr. Slam Jam, but Hybrid Kaido is just a whole different beast, man. They did such a good job with his design, honestly. This guy is an absolute monster. I actually, before I made this video, I actually went back and saw my initial reactions to the reveal of Kaido, breaking down his abilities, and it's crazy how, looking back at it, we didn't really, you know, we kind of took for granted what we had in front of us. This character is actually nuts in so many different ways, not only in his captain and his special, but the super class special is also really powerful, and then of course you've got access to that amazing Super Tandem. Unfortunately, it's only activatable on the final stage, but if you think about it, if this was activatable on every single stage, oh man, you wouldn't need to even activate any other damage boost. Kaido himself does everything. But let's go ahead and start talking about it, because this guy is an absolute monster. So, the captain ability of Kaido, for those who don't know, it is a striker and a powerhouse character, attack boosting of 5.25, 1.5 health as well, so he adds so much tankiness, makes strength and tandem slots matching, and increases the chances of making those strength and tandem slots appear very slightly. And he states that if you have a Wano slot on Kaido as a captain, and you tap on him, he will apply a 1.5 times increased damage taken to all enemies that goes through immunity buffs for one turn. So this is one of the key components as to why he works so well. So, you know, getting the Wano slot on him, you need to activate a special, you need to activate his super class in order to get that to work. But if you're able to lock those slots, and strikers have very good ways to lock slots, you can have this for multiple turns, which essentially just gives you a free 1.5 bonus whenever you want. You don't even have to activate the special to get the conditional burst. You don't even activate the, you know, Super Tandem effect to get the buffed version of the increased damage taken. Even just regular damage, you're still getting, you know, 1.5 times additional damage on top of your already withstanding 5.25 times attack. So the captain ability alone, in terms of raw damage, is incredible. It has really good tankiness, and then the strength and tandem slots, making them appear more often, making them matching, is obviously amazing. Though it is kind of weird though, with the way this character is built, the fact that he does make strength and tandem slots, you know, appear more often and make them matching for the crew. It is weird because the Super Tandem is only activatable on the final stage anyway, so I feel like, you know, making the tandem slots appear more often doesn't really make a lot of sense, but it, you know, it just makes him a little bit easier to use when you're using him in regular content. Just getting more matching slots is always a good thing. And then, of course, you have his Superclass Striker Special, which I believe this character was the first Superclass Striker in the game, where you need one of his crew members, whether it be Toby Ropo or his commanders, King Queen Jack or the Toby Ropo. You can also use Charlotte Linlin, Big Mom, as one of the activatable characters. Unfortunately, Big Mom is not one of the characters you can use for the Super Tandem, but at least it does activate the Superclass, which is kind of cool. You have one of those characters, or you can still have 6 Striker characters on your crew in order to activate the condition as well. So I like that there is 2 different variations to this. Then you've got the Superclass Special, which does 200 times his attack in non-type damage to all enemies, so just great damage. You can just use it for wave clearing if you want. You guys will see in one of the later clips we actually do that. But also changes top and bottom row slots into, top and middle row into Wano, and then the bottom row will get tandem slots. So it's funny, when I was looking back at the initial breakdown of like what we first saw his abilities were for this character, and I was kind of confused, and like I was really perplexed as to why they only gave, you know, 4 Wano slots, and, you know, they gave you the bottom row tandem. But when you really think about the way this character is supposed to be used, this is a very smart design decision. Being able to get 4 Wano slots in a lot of cases is going to be more than enough, and as we've seen in many Super Boss Kizunas in the past that have gone by, this effect to just generate Wano slots for free is incredible. And obviously it doesn't go through block slots, but it's hardly an issue when you have so many characters in the game that can bypass block slots anyway. So this is a fantastic ability. Not only that, but remember, striker characters will then receive the additional 1.25 times stat bonus, so it makes Kaido hit more harder. It hits other striker characters, making them hit a lot harder as well. And the Wano slots give you that slight edge, where instead of being a 2x boost from a matching slot, you get the 2.5x boost from that Wano slot. And if you stack that on top of his increased damage taken, on top of his amazing special ability, which we'll get to, on top of his super tandem, like, the fact that this guy has so many different mechanics going on here is just absolutely absurd. I want to take a quick break just to give a huge shout out to Stumpty Gacha, another One Piece Treasure Cruise content creator, fellow Australian. Make sure you go ahead and check him out, guys. He was the original creator of this team, I do believe. So shout out to him. This team is awesome for the Grand Voyage versus Alvida. It does beat level 5, but it doesn't have the condition of having a Luffy on the team. So make sure to keep that in mind if you do opt to use this team. It does not actually clear the condition. But let's go ahead and talk about his special ability. Kaido's special with Limit Break expansion goes to 13 turns, which is respectable, and it will be a 20% health cut, so you'll love to see it's a damage dealing special, and he makes your strength slots on your crew become Wano slots for 2 turns, and doubles damage against increased damage taken enemies for 1 turn, and also applies a 2.75 times slot effect boost to your striker and powerhouse characters for 1 turn. Again, just adding more damage, adding more fuel to the fire, obviously. And the fact that he's a damage dealing special means that if you are not opting to use the super tandem, or if you're using it on like a stage before the boss fight, you can legit just have a Kainu support on this guy, and a Kainu support will give you a full board of strength, and then his special, Kaido's special, will change all those strength slots into Wano. You can legit just get a free, a full board of Wano slots for free with his special, and then a Kainu is a 1.5 attack booster support to strength characters. You've got this support being, this special of Kaido being a 2.75 orb booster as well. Like, just with one special ability alone, you get a full board of slots, attack, orb boost, you're good to go. You just need to get around gimmicks, utility, all of that good stuff. And then, of course, you have access to the double damage against increased damage taken enemies. So a 2x conditional, which is very powerful. And when I was reading the kit in preparation for this video, one thing that kind of stood out is it really reminded me of when Super Type Katakuri released, where his special ability, I mean, obviously it's a lot weaker than what we have here, but his special allowed you to get, a 2x attack boost and a 2x conditional boost. So, like, essentially having like a 4x bonus with one special ability alone. And you think Kaido's kind of similar, and he gives you a really good conditional boost, and he gives you a really strong orb boost. But you got to remember that this conditional boost is against increased damage taken. Increased damage taken as a debuff inherently gives you more damage as well. So you got to think about it. You have the increased damage taken, the conditional boost, and the orb boost all activating together to enhance your damage. And this is why we see Kaido in Super Boss Kizunas do upwards of 10, 20, 30 billion plus damage, because of all of these multipliers multiplying your damage to crazy numbers. And of course, we have to talk about the Super Tandem before we wrap up the video. The level 5 ability says you need to have 2 characters on your crew that are one of his crew members, whether it be the Toby Ropos or the Commanders, or you can use a striker character as well, which is just insane to think about, that one of those characters for his Super Tandem to use can just be any generic striker, plus one of his normal crewmates, plus Kaido himself. So that is a lot to take in there. That's actually a huge benefit, and is a huge upgrade from the levels 1 to 3. Because when you reach that level 4, that's when you get access to that condition, which make things absolutely bonkers. And then the effect at level 5, it just adds so much damage, where you get the 2x tandem attack boost, which stacks with everything as well. We were talking about before how you have increased damage taken, conditional boost, orb boost, and then you have the super tandem giving you an additional 2x boost as well, and will also only be for striker characters, which is acceptable for what it is, and it will further increase the increased damage taken debuff on the enemies by plus 0.75. So if you take that into account, the increased damage taken from his captain ability becomes 1.5, and then with his super tandem, adding plus 0.25 to that, making it go up to a 2.25 times increased damage taken. And, we've said it multiple times already, this guy is just an absolute monster. Everything adding up together, multiplying together to make your damage absurd, and it's just crazy. You guys would have seen in some of the clips in this video, we get to the final stage and we essentially only have like one damage boosting special, and we have that plus the super tandem, and that just kills like everything. Like, there's hardly any content in the game that can tank what Kaido is able to do, which is just the craziest thing to think about. So As I said, guys, this is probably my favorite Sugofest exclusive character in the game right now, and I don't even think it's close. Like, if I get an opportunity to use Kaido for content, I want to use him for content. And I know that Uta just came out with the Film Red celebrations. She's awesome, but Kaido is just a whole different beast. But with all that being said, that's going to wrap up the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.